Belly Flop, where you either make a splash, an ass out of yourself, or both. I am Alex.
And I'm CW. Welcome to the show. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Belly Flop. This is CW.
How's it going, everybody?
That would be Alex sitting over there hanging out. A nice, lovely, rainy day here where we live at.
Yeah, this past couple days, lots of rain.
Non-stop.
Hurricane, was it?
Delta.
Delta, even though we're nowhere near it. It's causing rain.
It's paying us a visit.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in our little recording studio / my spare room, having a nice adult beverage, a Brewdog Hazy Jane IPA.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure what to expect. Didn't realize it was 7.2% alcohol.
That surprised me as well.
But it is good.
Yeah, it's a good decision.
Yes.
So, speaking of the weather, since it's raining outside, right now there are countries paying you to move there and work. You know, COVID has shut down everything. The world is shut down and everything is digital now. We could literally be on the beach in Barbados working and getting paid.
Well, that would be nice.
I mean, I don't think my employer would have that, but...
Yeah, I don't think my partners would appreciate that.
Personally, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, if I could talk my wife into it, it'd be all game. Her job's a little hard to do.
Yeah, her job would be hard to do.
But, you know.
Maybe she could convert to telehealth.
Advances in technology. Yeah. She can get there.
Robotic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a sweet deal. I mean, you have these countries that rely on tourism that now are literally throwing money at people who can work the digital nomad lifestyle and just, pump some money into their economy, which is a great idea.
I mean, my job is perfect for that. I don't have to be anywhere to be an accountant. You can be wherever you want. Brings up the question, why the hell do we live where we live? I think that's going to be brought up by a lot of people now with COVID interfering and causing people to work from home. They're going to say, we can work from anywhere now. So there might be a mass, not migration, but inter-country migration happening. Intrastate, I guess would be the word, with people. And some people moving out of the country, I'm sure. But I don't know, if you were going to pick the ultimate location, what would it be?
I mean, I didn't see the Maldives offering this deal, but I could probably handle a little resort action there for 6 months if, they would offer cheaper and free lodging.
And pay you to be there? Yeah, if they're paying you to be there.
Actually, if they would just pay for the lodging, I mean, I could probably justify that somehow.
Well, that's basically all they would be paying you for, probably. Yeah. If they paid enough.
Yeah. Those
places are outrageous.
Yes. The thing like Bermuda, Barbados, like these Caribbean islands where, they're heavily tourism reliant or cruise ship reliant. Right now, obviously, none of that's happening. So, hey, Americans or anybody really, we will give you discounted lodging or free lodging. Stay here, spend your money in our restaurants.
Yeah, that would be, I would want to go, that's a tough one because, the beach is nice and all, but I'd rather go to Italy, but I doubt they're paying people to come here.
No.
And number one, they were one of the worst places for COVID anyway. But if I could work anywhere, that would be, I would love to be in Italy for sure. But for over a period of time. If it's just a week or two, yeah, the beach is great. But long time for me, the beach is not my spot.
I think a 6-month extended workcation kind of deal, I could probably get by with 6 months.
On the beach?
On the beach.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the beach that much. So that would be tough.
I mean, I like the ocean more than the beach.
But if you're gonna pick somewhere, you probably would pick somewhere tropical though, just because the weather would be a lot better.
Yes.
Italy's weather is similar to here, and it rains a lot, so that wouldn't really get much benefit there. Except I would love to be there.
So you're saying you would do it depending on location?
Yeah, I'd do it. If I was single, for sure, just go wherever I want. No kids, but I'd have to think about where can my wife go, where can my kids go, because school and all.
Yeah, your kids are actually in school.
Yeah, which is great.
As opposed to so many people are not in school.
Or totally virtual or in school 2 days a week and out, which all that doesn't make any sense to me. So, but yeah, I don't know. I might be able to be convinced to go to the beach for 6 months and get paid to work there.
I could give it a shot. I mean, if you don't like it, the worst thing you can do is come home.
I'd be more looking at the French Polynesian, though.
I mean, I'd be fine with that.
I mean, that's close to where you were talking, but
I feel like now everyone has got their homes exactly how they want it, based on the amount of foot traffic I see when I go to Lowe's or Home Depot. Like, everyone is there buying stuff for their house. It's like no one knew these problems with their homes existed until they were stuck there for the month of like March and April.
May,
and all of a sudden, everyone's like, this tile has to go.
Yeah, we've been trying to get a contractor to quote us for our bathroom renovation since March. Finally got one. I'm not going to talk about that, but it took that many months. I mean, it's what, October? And it took that many months to get somebody to come and quote us for the bathroom, and they're booked out. Another contractor I've talked to for some work stuff is booked out 10 months just because everybody's figured out what they want to do to their house since they've been sitting there doing nothing.
Yep.
Well, I guess they've been working, but I mean, same thing for us. We're talking about renovating the bathroom and.
Yeah, but yours is actually somewhat from a need perspective.
Yeah, the cracked shower floor doesn't help things, but I could fix that.
Yeah.
Probably could have fixed it in March.
You probably could have, yeah.
But, when you want things, you want things. I had to convince the wife what I wanted.
And sometimes you just need a giant walk-in shower.
That's right.
I support that.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll happen soon. But, yeah, it's hard to get. Everything's busy now. Everybody's backed up, which is good, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, contractors, construction, it's a great thing for everybody.
So,
when you started to cook dinner lately during the pandemic and shutdown.
Yes.
How's that going?
Well, since football season started, it's not. But before football season hit, Jessica and I were cooking basically every evening. And it was actually fun. We would both cook together, which was kind of cool. We'd never really done that before. It was so much easier to eat because you kind of had a plan. You knew what you were going to have for dinner, and then that also provided stuff for lunch occasionally for the next couple of days for work. Which, when you're trying to eat healthy, is the plan. But it was going good. I'm ready to get back to it. That's for sure. Because right now we're scrambling when we get back from all the practices for dinner at like 8:30 and. It's a mess.
I can see that. I mean, you work and then you come home and you go to football or soccer practice. And you come back home and, hey, it's 6 o'clock or...
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, that's just called pizza delivery.
And then you got to bathe the kids, get yourself fed, get the kids in bed. So it's a battle. But, it was fun to cook when we were doing it. I enjoyed kind of messing around with the different stuff we were doing.
I remember after lockdown kind of eased up a little bit, I went to get over to your house for dinner and you'd made spicy orange chicken.
Yes.
And apparently you tried to kill your wife with the amount of spice.
Apparently 1 tablespoon of spicy sriracha in an entire dish is too much.
So she was quite adamant.
Yeah. So, but then the one I made for you, it had 2 tablespoons of regular sriracha, and she still thought it was too hot. You can't win. But I liked it with the spicy sriracha.
The spice was good.
Yeah. So it was, that's a good dish. I like it. It's easy to make too. You to make your own sauce, which is kind of neat.
So what is your maximum spice? Are you good with spice or?
Well, I love spicy foods. As long as they have good flavor, I'm good with. I don't care how hot it is. Within reason, but so I eat a lot of Nawab, which is the Indian restaurant in town, and I get it Indian hot, which is pretty daggone hot. But it has great flavor, so I can handle it. It doesn't. I mean it's hot, but I'm willing to eat it because it tastes good. I don't like stuff just to be so hot that it's just melting your mouth and you can't taste anything.
You start sweating, nose starts running.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm all about super spicy. Now, as I've gotten older, my body has been like, yeah, let's not eat that stuff.
So you pay for it later, is what you're
Yes.
saying.
Yeah, but it is, I love spicy food.
You've hit the point where your body is like officially rejecting this.
Yes, but it does taste good. As long as it tastes good, I'm good with heat.
I have been enjoying watching the influencers on Instagram and YouTube do the one chip challenge.
What's this?
There's apparently a chip, and I believe it's from South Korea possibly, and it's basically like a ghost pepper chip.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen the chip.
Like people just eat the chip, and like they're like, oh, this is nothing. Like 10, 15 seconds, and then like at that 15-second mark, like it just hits them. And like you see them like running around trying to get milk or water or whatever they can possibly find. So they like ate it and expected the instant hit.
Oh, peppers are a delay.
And the delay hit, and it was like, holy shit, what has just happened here?
I know the feeling. When I was 14, I was tricked by my older sister's friends into eating a Caribbean red habanero pepper, which at the time was one of the hottest peppers in the world, if not the hottest. It might have just gotten knocked off the hottest pepper in the world when I ate it. And I ate the whole thing, bit it off at the stem and chewed it up and swallowed it. And they were all just like, what? Are you good? And I was good for about 30 seconds. And then it hit. And I mean, luckily they were just, I don't know, probably 5 houses away from my parents. And I just was trying to get my sister to drive me home because I felt terrible. I just felt nauseous, sick. It was so hot. I just ran home, grabbed bread, grabbed milk, and was just trying to eat as much bread and drink as much milk as I could. And it was not helping. Nothing was helping. I was dying, I felt like.
You went all in on that one pepper.
It was a disaster. Well, come to find out, my dad the next day was like, what happened? Why is all the bread and why is half of our milk gone? So I told him what happened, and he's like, why didn't you just get some sugar? And that was the day I learned that sugar is what kills your heat. Helps kill the heat. And so from now on, anytime I eat something super spicy, I'll just pour a sugar packet in my mouth. It helps. But yeah, I need to watch some of these videos and see how they react because I know the feeling.
It's great. Especially like, that's what I think everyone's doing right now is like binging on Netflix or YouTube or, Instagram, social media. It's perfect break from, election season and campaign season and all of that crap to work. Like you literally just watch someone eat a chip and they're like, oh, this is nothing. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And then 15 seconds in, it's like, oh my God.
So you're volunteering to do this on video?
Am I volunteering? Not right now. Possibly.
I'd be willing to try it.
I mean, let's give it a shot.
We can YouTube it.
I mean,
all right.
There has to be dumber videos of us from college, right. So. I mean,
no, luckily there was nothing that could record at this level back then.
When we were in college, the high-tech phone was the black Motorola Razr. And looking at pictures that I've saved on my computer from then is like basically a blur.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that. But I'd be willing to give it a shot. They are, I mean, there's that Hot Ones YouTube channel or whatever where that's gotten real popular. They get all the famous people in there eating hot wings with various hot sauces.
Yes.
They get hotter as they go or whatever until they can't.
Finish
until
off
they tap out.
with the last dab.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd be willing to give it a shot. Eat a chip.
Be entertaining.
Ooh, my stomach might not like me.
Hey, that's the price you got to pay.
That's right.
So, okay, speaking of back in the day, what was your go-to lunchbox item back in the day? Go over to your house now, and you have 2 kids, and they're constantly just like shoving snacks in their face. It's like fruit snacks and Oreos and chips and Pringles and Doritos and muffins and brownie, like everything.
Applesauce.
And I'm like your youngest brought me a box, like literally not a package, a box of fruit snacks a couple weeks ago. It was like, here. And I'm like, is this appropriate at 37 just to like destroy a box of fruit snacks? I mean, I feel like it was.
Yes, it is.
I only had a pack, but
Jessica buys Gushers for the kids, and that's in quotes, air quotes. Because I usually eat like 8 packs at a time.
Oh, they're classics.
Because I love Gushers from back in the day. They were good. For a go-to lunch box, I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't eat a packed lunch. I usually ate at school if I ate lunch, or in high school we ordered Chinese food almost every day till everybody else started ordering Chinese food, and then we had to. Well, then I would sneak out of second period and order it and pick it up outside the library so we would be the only people with Chinese food still. But I didn't eat. I don't know that I took a lot of food to school for lunch, but if I was going to back then, it probably would have been Gushers.
Oh, I remember like fruit snacks are constant.
Yeah.
And I remember Chips Ahoy were always a popular.
Like the little packs of Chips Ahoy cookies.
Packs.
Chips Ahoy were just. I liked the soft ones. They were the red pack, maybe.
Sounds right.
I don't even think they came in like the little packs. I think you had to buy the big.
I'm not gonna lie. Like you could
sleeve.
put like Chips Ahoy in my kitchen now, and I mean, soft or original or whatever, I would probably still eat them.
Yeah, I'd eat them. I mean, that's the problem with having two kids at home when you're trying to be healthy.
Oh, it's like snacks
everywhere.
Remember this summer I came over and swam at your house, and I had not had anything to eat for like 16 hours. So I literally ran and got just chicken nuggets at McDonald's. And your youngest comes over and goes, "You can eat those fries?" It's like, well, there went that.
Yeah, they do like food. Well, junk food.
Like junk food.
Yeah, they don't eat real food. But we'll feed the older one whatever he'll eat if he'll gain some weight.
Good luck with that. I do not have that issue. I have the opposite issue.
So do I.
I should stop eating entirely. But yeah, I'm willing to say fruit snacks are appropriate at any age.
Yeah, and back then that would have been the Gushers or fruit snacks would have been the go-to. I mean, I don't know. Listeners, what do you think? What was your what would you put in a lunchbox back then that was your go-to? What was it?
Yeah. What was your like everyday snack that your mom or dad put in your lunchbox? Or you had after school when you got home?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember of anything else.
Do they still make fruit roll-ups?
Yeah, they still make them.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, fruit by the foot.
Yeah.
All those were good, but fruit snacks were the best.
I mean, fruit snacks were the best. I did love some Gushers.
I'm trying to think. For some reason, I have something in my head that I would eat all the time, but I can't think of what they were.
It's just randomly going to come to you at some point.
Yeah, at some point. But anyway, yeah, let us know what yours is.
Well, speaking of junk food, I mean, we now have, we're in that season, Halloween candy.
Oh, and it's everywhere.
It is everywhere.
Yeah, it's tough to have around the house because that's all you want to eat. Like my father-in-law left a whole pack of Reese's cups at our house the other day, primarily because he knew what would happen if he took him home. Exactly what happened in my house when I found them. Mm-hmm. I ate all of them.
Were they the minis or
no? They were the full-size Reese's cups. A whole bag of them, like a Halloween bag, full of them, and I'm pretty sure I ate probably 3 every time I walked past the bag.
Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah, and it was sitting on the counter until it was gone, and I just kept eating them. But,
it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, but it's not good for you either. But yeah, Halloween is up. Well, so what was your favorite Halloween candy to get back in the day?
Oh, I still love Snickers.
Full size? Oh, when the people served the full size, that was the best.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Actually, I think my mom still does in her neighborhood.
So she's the go-to house.
She's in one of those like Gucci neighborhoods where like everyone like people come from other neighborhoods just to her community to like trick or treat and go door to door. I mean, I don't know if people are doing that this year or not, but like that is her community where everyone like sits out and they have like their driveways decorated for the trick or treaters and they go overboard.
Right.
But yeah, no, she does like full on like basically a gift bag of like candy for each kid.
Jeez. I just remember you would learn who gave out, like, as you got older, you learned who gave out the best candy.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, that was your friends. You spent, like, a week planning your Halloween route.
You had to do
Like, which neighborhoods you're going to hit, how you're going to get from neighborhood to neighborhood, when you're going to get where and where, which houses in the neighborhoods you cared to hit, because you knew the ones that were crap, so you skipped them.
Oh, yeah. Like,
but then you knew the ones that would leave, like, either give you like full size candy bars or the good candy, whatever it was. You knew exactly where to go every time. I just remember, did you ever have anybody that gave you like the homemade like popcorn balls?
No, not like anyone that would give them, but I had a family member that would make them. like every Halloween.
But did they give them out?
They didn't give them out, but they gave them to like family.
See, like that stuff nowadays, like I don't think would fly. But we would have people who would give out like homemade stuff, which today would be like,
yeah, now it's like no
possible.
Yeah,
is a parent gonna let their kid?
You're gonna call the police on that neighbor that's making food for you.
Did you ever have anybody give out cans of like pop? Like
no, we did have
cans of soda.
We did have bags of chips.
I've seen those, but yeah, we had people. I remember. I don't know if it was every year, but I do remember getting like a can of Mountain Dew for Halloween.
Like they just forgot that it was Halloween, and they're like, "Oh my god, I got 6 cases of the Dew back here. I'm just gonna give it out."
Yeah, that was a house you wanted to hit multiple times.
6 cubes.
Yeah, that was a house you'd want to hit multiple times.
Well, you got a new drink every time. You just had to work it into the rotation.
You come back around a couple hours.
So that way, when you're thirsty, you just get another can.
Well, like now it's like all in a timeline. Like I don't remember. Obviously, I have a terrible memory, but I don't remember there being like, oh, it's 2 hours. It starts at 7 and ends at, or it starts at 5:30 and ends at 7:30.
I remember it being like it started at like a certain time and it ended at like last call.
Yeah, like dark.
Yeah.
Or what? Mine, like I don't
like
feel like
your
we started
parents
until it was
officially
dark.
said, "Get yourself home."
Yeah, and it went till it was dark, like late. Like we always started when it got dark and went to late. Now it starts like it's still daylight outside and it's over before it's even dark.
Yeah, it's like a 2 hours max. That's it.
I just remember we would always, as I got older, we would just get on our skateboards and be skateboarders for Halloween, and just that way you could cover a lot of ground quickly.
Makes sense.
Or a BMXer.
Okay, when you say older, like what's your version of older?
Oh, like 16, 17.
Like 2 years ago?
That's when I take my kids now. No. Like high school, we would just
yeah, no, I didn't.
Look up like a dead skateboarder or something and just go get. And we quit carrying like one of those plastic buckets. You carried like a pillowcase.
Yeah.
That was the go-to for getting your candy.
Yeah, I think Halloween has evolved quite a bit now from what it used to be. So, like, remember you get like the plastic bucket that your parents would get wherever. Now they have like you can get custom embroidered
tote bags
because you're going to get that much candy.
Oh, trust me, I have 2 children and a wife who orders that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So that way, when your wife decides in 2 years it's no longer what she wants, you can throw it out a $40 embroidered tote bag
and get another one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year Halloween's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see how it goes. I know like we always go to her mom's neighborhood and trick or treat there because there's not very many houses where we live, and then our kids don't last very long. They complain about their feet and all that stuff. So we'll go back and Parker will like hand out candy. He actually has fun handing it out. So, but I'm not sure how we're gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do this year. Maybe give like her parents some candy and some people we know candy, and just drive the kids around, and let them get a little bit.
Yeah.
Have some semblance of Halloween, but
like from people you know that. Yeah, because I know some communities are having trick or treat, some communities are not having trick or treat.
Well, and like the ones that are, there's like restriction. Like you're not supposed to go up to the door. Like
right.
You're supposed to devise a way to give it to them down by the street.
You're not supposed to actually hand it to them. You're supposed to let them get it. Yeah. Which is every kid's dream, to be able just to put their hand in that bucket and get what they
please
want.
Take one bowls.
Please take one. Uh-huh.
Yeah. But then people would always put up cameras, I felt like. And
take one entire bowl of candy. Thank you very much.
Dump this whole bucket in here. Thank you.
I needed 7,600 Tootsie Rolls. Thank you.
Yeah, that was the problem with those. They were usually crappy candy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, trick or treat was a good time.
And also, like in my office manager is a diabetic. So this time of year, there's always candy in my office that he has brought. Because he will be like, "Oh, I saw it at Target. I needed it." No, you did not need a giant family-sized bag of mini Tootsie Rolls and mini Snickers. And thank you for putting them on my desk.
So what about... So talking about Halloween candy, well, what's your take on candy corn?
I'm not going to actually buy it or seek it out, but if I will have a piece or two and not like vomit. But any more than that, I'm not a huge candy corn person.
I love that stuff.
My mom is obsessed with it.
I'll eat like, it's like 3 colors. I'll like bite the top off, bite the next color off, even though it'll taste the same. But then you can get like the pumpkins that are like made from the same kind of whatever it is. It's like a waxy something.
Yeah.
But it's funny how people, there's like, you either love it or hate it. Like it's very few people are just indifferent.
I don't hate it. I'm not buying it, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, I eat it. Jessica buys it and we eat it. We buy like 2-pound bags. I love this stuff. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I'm not that dedicated.
But it's like that crap candy. Back in the day you didn't want.
Like I'm going to get like, it's something I used to love as a kid, but now not so much. Three Musketeers.
Yeah, those had a run.
Yeah.
I don't even see them anymore.
I just thought of that. I used to love like Three Musketeers and Payday bars.
Payday's still around.
Yeah. Now I just love Payday.
Yeah, that's a nice day too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, growing up, Halloween candy was always like, you'd get some random stuff. Do you remember like it was like wax bottles of like juice or pop or something? Like I remember those.
It had like basically Kool-Aid, sugar water in like the wax bottles.
And then you could eat it, I guess. There was always crazy stuff.
I was remember like the wax like lips you could buy like around Halloween time, like a scented like chewy wax, kind of like the bottles.
Yeah.
Except there wasn't any. It was just like flavored wax, so you could chew on the.
That's weird.
Yeah, I remember that from back in the day.
Yeah, there's all kinds of crazy stuff.
It'd be like vampire teeth or something.
I mean, you get like the people who do like what's that? That's the terrible caramel candy. It's like Old Granddaddy or something.
Werther's?
No, not Werther's. That's just old.
I'm sorry, you said old. I don't.
Yeah, no, that's what it was called. It's like something. It's like a yellow.
I'm pretty sure Old Granddad's is one of the bourbons I have in the.
Yeah. It's a rectangular yellow package with twist ends, and it's got like a red diagonal stripe across the middle, and I can see it. I just can't think of what it's called. But it was horrible, but people always gave it out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look this up.
So, people probably know what I'm talking about. But I'm pretty sure it was like a caramel candy. Like just hard caramel. I'm probably way off on the name, but...
I'm sorry. Anytime I typed in old man caramel candy on Google, and it brought up Werther's. Sorry, Werther's.
Maybe it was called Big Daddy or something like that. It was some candy. They were terrible.
Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy? It's like caramel, basically, right?
Yeah. That's true.
I hated that stuff.
Is this what you are thinking?
Yes. Okay, so it's just red lettering, not a red diagonal.
It is the Sugar Daddy caramel.
Yeah, that stuff was terrible. You get all kinds of terrible candies, but do you remember how everybody would be like, oh, you got to worry about like razor blades and like drugs.
Needles.
And drugs. Like, number one, I don't know a single person who sells or uses drugs that's going to give it away for free.
Exactly.
I mean, no one is giving away their drugs.
I mean, I feel upset that I see like what people spend on Halloween candy. So much less, coating it with your favorite illegal substance.
Yeah, like it just never made any sense to me. And then nowadays with social media, you see all these posts. Look what I found in my kid's candy. I just want to be like, no, you didn't. You did that yourself. Like found a razor blade in a Snicker bar. You know how hard it is to open a Snickers bar, put a razor blade in it, and then seal it up perfectly?
Like, well, sorry, did your husband work at the Snickers factory?
Yeah, like it doesn't. It's all bullshit, is what it is, and it's people who want attention. I just remember that's been around, like, all those rumors have been around since probably before we were kids.
Probably.
But it's just ridiculous. But now with social media where people are, like, doing it themselves just so they get attention.
Now you have social media, so they can be the person that's in that post that's been reshared 200,000 times around.
Get notoriety for bullshit.
Yes.
So, but, yeah, Halloween was fun. It's fun with the kids, too, but it's not the same.
So actually, I've never actually passed out candy. Years ago, I lived with a buddy right after college graduation, and we would invite everyone over to our house and cook dinner while everyone else, the guests, passed out candy.
Yeah, I was one of those guests.
You were one of those guests.
I think I brought Parker one year.
Yeah.
And we handed out candy.
And you hand out candy, and we supplied alcohol and food, and then just let everyone. And we just basically had an adults party.
Yeah.
So
Jessica and I at our first house would hand out candy. Before and after Parker was born, we would trick or treat a little bit, and then one of us would stay that back and hand out candy, or her mom or somebody would hand out candy. But at the new house, there's just nowhere to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a handful of kids, but most of them go somewhere else to trick or treat anyway, I think.
I was gonna say I've never been here on trick or treat in this current house I live in.
I'm sure it's pretty busy.
I can see that.
But it'll be interesting to see this year what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully the kids get to do something. Dress up.
Just drive around like all your friends' houses. See if they get like a bag of chips, maybe a can of Mountain Dew, airplane bottles
for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like this. Adult trick or treat.
Yes. Let's do it.
I mean, let's start it.
Okay.
Like you, well, actually, one of our friends was telling us about a pinata filled with airplane bottles. That whenever you break open the pinata, instead of candy falling out, it's like the plastic.
So what? I mean, when do we do this? Like anytime?
I'm thinking anytime.
I mean, it is Jessica's birthday today, technically.
Yes, technically it is.
Not the day this is released, but the day we're recording
yes,
is my wife's
the day
birthday.
of recording is your wife's birthday.
So should we go home and like have a pinata full of?
I think so.
Bottles?
I think we should go to Walmart and get a pinata, and then go to the liquor store, hit up Stadium Spirits.
Huntington Beverage Center. Either way.
Or Huntington Beverage Center. And get some 50 ml airplane bottles and see how it goes.
I'd be afraid. Well, I guess as long as they're plastic bottles.
Yeah, they'd have to be plastic.
You don't want any that are glass.
No.
Because if you shatter, well, I don't know. Could be interesting if people are already drunk.
Yes. We have to plan this.
I'll have to give it a shot.
Yes, you're going to do a shot.
Yeah. Or that, no pun intended. We'll have to give that a shot to try. But, yeah, it could be fun.
I can see you and your neighbors doing this.
If we have another quarantine situation, yes.
Mm-hmm. What are you guys doing? That's just a bored Tuesday. Sorry.
Just something to take up some time.
Something to take up some time. Speaking of time, I think we've about hit our limit for the day. Hope everyone enjoyed this podcast of basically food and candy content.
Which I feel like is becoming our content every episode.
I mean, I think it's what we're good at.
Well, that's what we know for sure.
I mean, everyone likes food.
Right.
Most people I know like candy. And, I mean, we probably don't talk to you if you don't like alcohol.
Yeah, very few people I know or that I'm friends close with don't consume.
Yeah.
There's a few.
Yeah.
But, so just remember to let us know your favorite Halloween candy. That's a new one. The best, your go-to lunchbox snack when you were a kid. Like, what did you always have to have? Or after school, whatever. And then, yeah, if you like it, subscribe, rate, review.
Yep, it helps out the podcast. Give us a nice review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, we are now on Amazon Music. And basically, anywhere you can find a podcast, we are there.
See you next week.
Take care.